I will punch you in the face if you bring up my daughter.
Jovie, sit down.
Stop it.
Bring it on.
Stop it.
I've had Ed's back, and I'm like trying to like still have his back, but like he doesn't know when to just shut his mouth.
Yo, what's good, homies? Strap in because this is about to be one of the craziest episodes of 90 Day The Last Resort that we have seen so far. Let's just say Big Ed is about to get his face punched in, and I'm not going to spoil why, but this episode is just absolutely explosive, and he ends up making Liz cry once again at the very end, which is a surprise to nobody. Anyways, let's get right on into it. If you haven't seen my last episode of the series, make sure you go watch that, but it's the day after the boys had their boys' night out, and I think you remember where they ended up going. Let's see how Liz responds to this information of Big Ed, you know, going boating while he was there with one of the dancers.
And then at one point, she just pulls my head forward. And she made me moan.
Okay, I'm not gonna hold it against you. You told me.
So he's recreating what happened there at the club when he saw that dancer, and she pulled him in to go boating, like I said. That's literally the only way I could say it. And Liz is just laughing at this. I don't know if she just has no self-respect left at this point, but listen to her response to him telling her this. This man can do no wrong in her eyes, I swear. Even if he's a human slug that is just a scourge on her life and making her literally look physically worse as time goes on. Like, he is aging her so fast. But even despite all that, she just gives this man so much leeway, and it just breaks my brain trying to think of what the hell's going on in Liz's head throughout this entire series.
Why did you give me permission?
You earned a lot of my trust just by telling me. You're at guys' night. You're like in a also peer pressure situation. He's like,
why'd you give me permission, babe? I'm surprised you let me go to the club. And she tells him some BS about how since he was honest about them going and honest about going boating, that apparently it makes it okay, which again, I'm not anybody to be saying how a relationship should be. Everybody's relationship is different, but you could tell this woman is just so gaslit at this point. She's willing to forgive this man for anything. And then she has another excuse like, oh yeah, you're probably peer pressured. Like, no, bro, I'm sorry. Man just wanted to get some action and that's it. That's the bottom of the story. So anyways, we're not going to dwell on that too much. They play a giant chess game, which I'm surprised Big Ed even knows how to play chess. But now it's later in that day and they're all going on a boat ride with the rest of the crew, save for, I guess, actually half of them who had to stay back for various reasons. But we got Big Ed and Liz, Yara and Jovie, and then iPad Boy and the Wicked Witch of the West. So this is quite the combo we got going on here, and let's see what kind of drama Big Ed stirs up, because as you saw, this is where the fight is about to take place in the intro. That's how they started us off this episode, is teasing that, so I am really confused at what the hell happened here.
Did you behave yourself last night?
For the most part, I did.
Jovie tell me that y'all don't behave, y'all touch everybody.
So yeah, Jovie ran back home pretty much doing exactly what I said in the last episode. That's why he had this shit-eating grin this entire time watching these guys in the club, because he was trying to get intel and little, you know, tidbits of info and ammunition he could use against these guys in order to look better to his girlfriend, who it was his idea to go out to this club. And also, might I add, he has been searching for this woman that is a dancer that he used to, you know, be in a relationship with, that he went to Jamaica with. Can't stop shutting up about this woman, yet his entire time, you know, texting her last night and trying to speak to her and hook up again, that all is not bad because, oh, Big Ed touched one of the dancers. Like, bro, this guy is so insane. Granted, Big Ed is a slimeball for that, but I just love how much this entire cast is trying to chew each other apart. Like, they're here for therapy, and meanwhile they're all playing these mind games trying to sabotage each other's relationships when they're already hanging on by a thread.
He wasn't good, you know? He was trying to hide it from me that they go into the
Wait, say again what you said? Yara, shut up.
Everyone is blaming you.
And this Jovie dude is literally showing himself to be a bigger D-bag than Big Ed, which is honestly quite a feat to accomplish. He literally tells her to shut up because he's trying to listen to the homie on the iPad here, who I am still confused why he's even on this show. I think they were a last-second replacement for these people, for another couple that couldn't be on. I think it was possibly Colt and one of his girlfriends, which would have been incredible to see, although it might have been too much cringe as well. Either way, he just tells her to straight up shut up to her face. Also, she's still very sad and heartbroken that this dude is out here going to these clubs, and it sounds like he's had a problem going to these types of clubs their entire relationship. I would say Buddy has a compulsion to going to see these dancers.
So, Yara, I have a question for you. Can you ask Jovie who he was texting last night? Who were you texting last night?
Okay, so I see where this is going. Big Ed brings up who Jovie was texting last night. He tells his girlfriend or his wife to ask him who the hell he was texting. And yeah, I already explained that situation earlier. It's this dancer that he knows works here near the resort, and he was trying to hook up with her, trying to text her, asking her coworkers if she's going to be in tonight so that he can see her. And it sounds like these two have had an extensive relationship before this. So this guy is, like I said, just reaching D-bag levels that even Big Ed has not reached in this series yet.
Some stripper in Jamaica.
Are you serious?
Please look at me and tell me who you text. Which stripper in Jamaica?
the one he traveled with.
And meanwhile, Jovie is just literally realizing his life is about to end here. Like, dude is just stressing. He doesn't even know how to handle himself. And I'm just laughing knowing that Big Ed is pretty much turning around the targets back to this guy. Like, Jovie was the one trying to entrap all of them last night and get all the other guys in trouble. And now Big Ed is giving him a taste of his own medicine. And that is literally the definition of poetic freaking justice, if you ask me.
I know you was liking her. Why would you text her?
Damn, Jovie. The hell? Like, I just want to hug Yara and just comfort her.
And if you got Angela over here, literally the definition of a hateful, disgusting person telling you that you've messed up and asking you, what the hell are you doing? You know you really messed up. Meanwhile, Jovie's over here like minimizing it, trying to gaslight everybody. Like, it's not a big deal, guys. I was just trying to have fun with the guys, which also there's an element of that as well. I'm not going to go too into this, but I did see a post on the 90-Day Snark subreddit that was from the perspective of a dancer, let's say, saying that she knows exactly why Jovie was texting this girl. And maybe it wasn't quite to meet up with her. Maybe it was because he was trying to go skiing with his friends here in the club. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If not, we'll just keep on moving on. But I do think that could be an explanation as well. Either way, the dude's a douchebag, and he should not be texting this woman, especially when he's got a wife back home that looks like this, while he's on a retreat trying to fix his marriage.
What's the point? Then I know you like her. Why would you text the stripper?
Trying to have fun last night, that's it.
Fight with the stripper?
Wanted to have fun with the guys, and that's all.
And Jovie's in full shutdown mode. He's like, look, I'm trying to have fun, okay? I'm just being serious now. Big Ed, you're really such a jerk for even bringing that up. Like, he's almost inconvenienced by the fact that this was brought up. Meanwhile, yes, dude, you were really out here trying to possibly cheat on your wife. So she has to go away for a minute and cry, and this is where things start to heat up.
Wanted to have fun with the guys, and that's all. I'm sorry.
That's right. Before stepping away, she throws her drink in bro's face. I was not lying in the intro, and I told you guys this is going to be a spicy episode. I've heard a lot about this episode, and I think it honestly has a good chance of being the best of the season so far. It's certainly shaping up that way because we have not had enough drinks thrown in people's faces when they deserve it in this show, and there's been quite a few moments where I think it would have been deserved. And I do love that Ed is just such a shithead. He's over here on the sidelines, like talking to iPad homie, and like, dude, yeah, make sure you learn a lesson from this, man. You can't be going out there texting dancers that you used to know, all right? It's just not cool. Like, buddy, you are one to talk, Big Ed. You are the one that has been making the most mistakes this season, or just in your entire relationship on this godforsaken show. So please shut the hell up. Like, this man is just so antagonistic. I swear he feeds off of negative energy. Maybe he's an energy vampire, and this is the way that he strikes and finds his victims, because he just has like this compulsion to just stir up messes and stir up drama. And that's also why he's such a perfect casting choice for this show. I mean, besides the way he looks, which also gets clicks.
Dude, you tried to get me to lie to my wife, and your whole point was to try to take me down. But I saw through your plan.
So Big Ed does explain pretty much, yeah, dude, I told on you out of revenge for you trying to get me to lie to my wife, and then also trying to make me look bad, saying I'm, you know, getting handsy with all these dancers. That just wasn't the truth. Well, it was kind of the truth, but you could tell that Jovie, like I said, was really trying to entrap these guys and get them in trouble. So I do find it freaking hilarious that Ed turned it right back around on him and honestly came back with a comeback that was 10 times worse.
He just has a weakness, like a lot of men do.
That's an obsession with a stripper. And like, if you have an obsession, then you need to work through it. Like,
and it's honestly kind of heartbreaking to hear this woman cry, you know, because this is a real life thing that's going on. Yeah, we're watching this for entertainment, but this is also a couple who have a kid together and they're just going through a really tough time. It is straight up a compulsion, an obsession, like she says, about, you know, Jovie going to these clubs, seeing these types of dancers. He said in the last episode, bro was sneaking in when he was like 16 to go see them, which is just psycho, bro. And I feel like he has a lot of problems to work through, obviously, besides this, but this is the most glaring one that is honestly a relationship ending type thing. I don't know if you guys agree with me. I think if you have respect for yourself, you would leave somebody who did this, or if you found out that they were doing this.
Jovie, why are you mad at me? Why are you mad at me?
It was unnecessary, that's it.
Oh, really? Why don't you explain to your daughter where you were?
So here's where Big Ed decides to continue pressing the gas pedal. At this point, he's like that little clip of SpongeBob driving where his toe breaks through the freaking shoe so he can hit the pedal even further, because he is not stopping. He brings in their daughter into this, which causes the whole boat to get tense instantly. And just watch this reaction. This is where really just starts to pop off.
Say it, dude.
I will punch you in the face if you bring up my daughter.
Jovie, sit the down.
You bring my daughter into this. This your ass, eh?
Oh my God, dude. They got to bring out the security. He literally lunges at him. Like, that is a straight up pump fake right there. Right to Big Ed's face. And of course, Liz tries to step in, which, I mean, let's throw it back to when Angela was doing the same thing, screaming at Liz in her face and getting all aggressive, looking like she was about to square up to fight. Big Ed stood by like an absolute coward. And meanwhile, Liz is instantly jumping in, trying to defend her mans. Like, this dude just does not deserve it. If anything, I wish Big Ed did get whomped on a little bit, maybe thrown overboard. I know he'd float, so he'd be safe, but it'd be funny to turn him into a little buoy for a moment, because he honestly does deserve it. Even if I really do disagree with this dude Jovie's actions, that's just not nice to bring that into this conversation, and it shows that he was being super antagonistic.
I'm dead serious.
All right, well, own your.
I will f you up. If you bring my
Bring
daughter
it
into
on.
the situation,
Bring
I will
it on.
f you up.
What's happened?
And literally everyone on the boat actually agrees. This is hilarious. I mean, yes, Big Ed was on the winning side of this fight, but once he brought the daughter into it, everybody agreed. Like, dude, you're for bringing that into this conversation. That's just inappropriate. Like, don't bring her up into this. This is between the husband and the wife right here, and that was just too far. So he does actually apologize, and she thanks him for apologizing, but needless to say, the vibes are off, and I think it's official that Jovie and Big Ed do truly hate each other.
I've had Ed's back and I'm like trying to like still have his back, but like he doesn't know when to just shut his mouth. It just shows how much I'm willing to jump in to like protect him.
And meanwhile, Liz is over here having realizations of exactly what I just said, how she did not get the defense from Big Ed, who is the man in the relationship. You know, if you're following these old school, archaic, traditional values that they seem to be kind of following, the man should be stepping in and defending his woman in her honor. But what did he do? He backed down like a little wimp, and meanwhile, she directly got in the way of Jovie when he looked like he was about to seriously go in on Big Ed. Like, she was not afraid. But meanwhile, she's over here to the side like, yeah, this dude's a loser. Like, talking about Big Ed, of course, saying that he always just pushes it too far, and he does so many things in public that make her feel awkward or feel defensive or just not feel good. He puts her in awkward situations where she has to step up to the plate and be the mature one and make them back down, and it's just so weird and gross to think about, especially considering there's like a 20-year age gap between these two. Like, this man is a 50-something-year-old man-child.
Y'all notice my husband's getting gray in his beard? Maybe you're learning
I don't want small kisses right now, baby. Like,
You know that's wisdom.
Oh, this is so cringe. The sun is setting. Everybody's still in disarray. Everybody's hating each other. They're stuck on this boat, which also, that would have been hilarious if Angela could have just got a little bit seasick or somebody just started ralphing overboard while this entire fight was going on. It would just add to the chaotic nature of this episode and this series overall. I do wish that happened, but meanwhile, Big Ed's over here trying to, you know, snuggle up to Liz and give her Eskimo kisses, and this is just so cringy to watch, dude. I hate these two so much with such a fervent passion. So as they're pulling back into and the life force out of her every day with his antics.
You should not have interjected yourself into the situation.
how am I not supposed to not do that?
That's not your job.
So, okay, whoa. Ed, let me get this straight. We just had a fight earlier, literally a few days ago, when you thought you were getting bullied in the hot tub by those people that ended up leaving the show, and you get mad at Liz for not stepping in for you there when you clearly could have, you know, walked yourself out of that conversation. You were the one that put yourself into that fight. And now you're getting mad at Liz for stepping up to help you. There's just literally a lose-lose situation for Liz. Every single thing she does, he reprimands, and it's because he doesn't care what she does. He just wants to tell her she's doing something wrong so he can continue to break her down and keep her in his possession. That is literally the only way that he can stay with her, is if she is just so demoralized and so dehumanized that she doesn't want to put up with anything else besides him every day.
Protect you. At least I had your back and didn't have a problem trying to jump in to protect you.
I don't know why you're so I don't know why you're so upset.
The gaslighting is so real. Like, this man literally finds a way to spin every single fight into his favor. It's crazy that it's being caught on camera, and it's crazy that Liz puts up with this. I mean, how many tears do you have to shed before you just realize this man is not worth it, okay? Like, I truly wonder how much money they're making from this show, or how much money Big Ed has, because bro's got to be rich for her to put up with this.
You should not have injected yourself into the situation.
You, Ed.
There you go. Therapy's working, babe.
And of course, Liz literally has to storm off because she's getting so emotional. She's having like a mental breakdown for the 5th time this season, and Big Ed just has to make some childish ass comment at her as she walks away like the man-child he is. So that's where the episode ends. Honestly, quite a chaotic run here, and I know that next episode, the fallout is going to be even worse, because I think it might be the last episode. I'm not fully sure, but make sure you run up the likes on this one and let me know what you thought down in the comments below. As always, shout out to my Patreon supporters holding it down over there, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace out.